totally stupid Myspace chain letters. A scary way to break up. Do not stop reading this, or something bad will happen. One day, Sarah was walking home from school when her boyfriend drove by and honked at her to get in. She got in his car and he drove her to the lake. Her boyfriend said he was going to tell her something very important. Sarah could have sworn he was going to propose. However, he flicked her off, pushed her in the lake, and yelled, "I am breaking up with you, you awful. Hate you, and I think that maybe you should just end your life. Dump." He laughed and drove off. It was a very cold day. Sarah climbed out of the lake, freezing cold and feeling the worst she had in her entire life. She got home, went in a hot bath, and slit her wrists, and died in the bathtub. Her parents yelled and screamed at her to get out until they finally broke the door down. They saw nobody, but the entire bathroom was dripping with her blood. Her mom went insane and killed herself 3 days later. Her dad is in prison, accused of murder. Later that week, Sarah's ex-boyfriend was taking a shower when she came from the drain, rotting and bloody, with a razor in her hand, and said, "Goodbye, Jason." She cut his throat before he could scream. If you do not repost this with the title "One Scary Way to Break Up," you are heartless, and Sarah come to you in the shower from the drain and will kill you the same way she killed her boyfriend. 24 ppl have broken this chain and died. You have 13 minutes.
A girl died in 1993 by a homicide murderer. He buried her in the ground when she was still alive. The murderer gendered Tomes Adabal as he buried her. Now that you have read the chant, you will meet this little girl. In the middle of the night she will be on your ceiling and suffocate you like she was suffocated. If you comment this to 5 other ppl, she will not bother you.
A really scary way to lose your ability to see. You really should read this, because it's important for everyone to read this. Don't read this, unless you can handle being really scared. One day, Sarah was minding her business surfing the internet, looking for a place to stay for a couple of weeks in Maine, where her father was ill. As she pointed and clicked, she started to smell something burning. She ran around the house, but failed to find the source. As she sat back down at the computer desk, she noticed that the smoke was actually coming from the computer. She panicked and started running around her house, packing her children into a briefcase. As she dialed 911 on the cell phone, she swung open the front door, and there it was. An estranged ostrich was sitting on her front porch drinking wine and smoking a cigar. Startled, it violently pecked at Sarah in both of her eyes till she could see, blinding her for life. Her children started screaming. Ostriches take children screaming as a sign of food. So, the fierce beast had all of the children. Blood was dripping everywhere. If you don't send this to at least 10 people in the next 10 minutes, your computer will begin to smoke and set your house on fire, and an ostrich will eat your children and peck out your eyes. If you send this to 20 people, you won't get AIDS and die because God hates you. If you send this to 30 people, you'll die, eventually and inevitably. 295 people have gotten AIDS by not sending it to 30 people. You have 10 minutes.
You will die dead if you stop reading. So there was this bunny named Elf, and he had a nonna named Benny, and Benny loved a rabbit. One day the rabbit and Benny was taking for a walk, and then they ran into a girl who also walked with her bunny, and its name was Cammy. Her name was Beth. Beth and Benny went to starting dating, and one day they were having unprotected sex, and weren't watching their bunnies like good pet owners should be. Then the rabbits both had hand grenades and exploded. Then their exploded bunny parts were buried, but the bunny parts turned into smaller bunny babies, and clawed their way from the ground, and attacked people who have unprotected sex. If you don't pass this along to 12,000 people, bunnies will bite your penis off, and they will bite your vagina off too, and then they eat our eyeballs until they can drink her eye socket blood. I broke this chain letter and now I'm died.
Do not stop reading now. IT is too late. There was a clown named Bobo. He fell in love with a clown named Chloe. They both had big red clown noses. One day they decided that they should have sex because they were in love. Bobo said no because he was a Christian and he loved God.
Chloe got sad and then cried. Bobo said it was okay because God still loved her. Then Chloe convinced Bobo to have sex with her in the vagina. Then Bobo turned into a demon and ate Chloe's soul. Because of the temptation, Bobo turned into Satan and ate Chloe's soul. If you don't give this letter to 666 people, Bobo the evil clown will chew off your sex parts. There was a boy that didn't take this serious, and Bobo came to him in the supermarket dressed up like an old woman and shot him with 33 bullets and ate his soul.
If you're fearable, don't look down. 11. This one time there was a girl named Jennifer, and she loves Pop-Tarts. But the kind with the strawberry and sprinkles. So then this time she ran out of Pop-Tarts, and her and the mom went up to the grocery store, and to get more Pop-Tarts. Saw Greg from her school, and he's so cute that Jennifer was in love with him, and he was with his mom too at the store. So she went to him and says, "Hey Greg," and he got nervous and stabbed her in the neck on accident with a cup of noodles in oil lid. He was so scared he ran out of the grocery store and didn't pay for his noodles, and he was still holding on to them. He ran to his home and sat in his closet, but he thought he was safe, and he wasn't. He saw a shadow from under the closet doors, and he opened it cause he thought it was his mom, but it was zombie Jennifer, and she ripped his head off and mailed it to his dad in Iraq, who now knew the awful secret. If you don't send this to 1,000 people and 14 political leaders, World War III will be declared on your uterus and testicles.
OMG, this is so scary. There once was an old lady named Helen. She lived in an old house near the woods. She was all alone, since her husband had died in 340 not too long ago. She had 10 cats that kept her company. One night it was cold and stormy outside. She was scared out of her wits because she kept hearing weird noises outside her house. She was in her bed, and she decided to check out the noises. She swam through her cats and opened the door. She heard a moan and saw a shadow standing right in front of her. It was a retard. He had a glued-on nose and a Michael Jackson shirt on. He was drooling all over the floor. The woman screamed and ran into her house. All her cats were freaking out and clawing up her legs as she ran for her suitcase. To escape, she shoved all 10 of her cats into her suitcase and ran out of the back door. The retard spluttered and ran after her. He tackled her to the ground and chewed off her fingers. He used the fingers to glue on a brand new penis, which apparently had fallen off. Helen died in her backyard with no fingers. If you don't send this to 54,678 people, Helen will come to your house and throw her cats at you.
Very scary chain letter. When I was a little girl, my daddy would always beat on me till one day he came home from the bar drunk. I tried to hide until he caught me running through the kitchen. He hit me so hard that my face started to bleed. Then he went for the door and left. I sat there just like a statue. Then suddenly I heard him coming back into the room. He had a shovel. He hit me and kept hitting me till I was dead. This is real. Whoever reads this chant will have to send it top 20 people, or she will appear at night on your ceiling and kill you. I'm not kidding. This one boy thought it wasn't true one night when his parents went out, and the next thing they knew that there was an old saying, "Nice one, boy. You should have listened. You must pay for what I had to go through." So if you don't believe this, well then I guess we won't be seeing you anymore.
Warning, very fucked up. Proceed with caution. There was once a boy that loved to eat beans and chocolate and hot chicken noodle soup, and he would spend the night at his grandma's house a lot. But before he went to bed, he would always rip a huge, loud, nasty-ass juicy fart.
His grandma, tired of this shit, warned little Jimmy he would fart his guts out if he kept this up every night. So one night, as usual, Jimmy ripped a nappy, gross as fart, laughed, and went to bed.
His grandma took the leftover turkey guts from last night's dinner and snuck them in his bed while he was fast asleep. The next morning he screamed and said to himself, I shot my guts out. After spending an hour in the shithouse, he came out with a confident look on his face. His grandma, puzzled, said, "What are you smiling about, boy?" He replied, "Well, you were right, I shot my guts out, but with a little luck, and these 3 fingers I managed to push them back, Indiana. Now if you don't post this 3 times somewhere, turkey guts will all of a sudden appear in your ass."
real, so you follow it. Warning, very scary. There was once a man who crapped a big load every morning. It took him 3 hours a morning. Then one day a rabbit and a snake came out of the toilet and climbed up his ass and gave him diarrhea and Ezra burned for 3 months. Then he died on the pot, and the ass rabbit and toilet snake climbed out and back to the poop trains. Now if you don't post this 5 times, the same thing will happen to you next time you take a shit.